What's up everyone, I'm Demon Cringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today we got some pretty funny ass news everyone. So it looks like Google Stadia is sucking so badly that Google is literally giving away free 3-month subscriptions to Chromecast owners. Oh yes, everyone's. And honestly folks, I am not at all surprised that Google is actually resorting to doing this because yeah, Google Stadia has pretty much been an abortion from day one. I mean, like, how do you expect people to take your service seriously if you advertise it featuring a literal douche canoe? I mean, come on. But yeah, this is pretty much the latest in like a slew of controversies that Stadia has been experiencing and all that. Not only with its terrible launch, but also with developers actually coming out and saying that Stadia pretty much has no incentives to to actually develop for the platform. Plus, on top of all that, you gotta pay for the service and the games themselves. Kind of reminds me of how consoles are scamming people by charging them for online play. So there you go. Yeah, with that being said, let's get on with it, shall we? This article comes from The Verge, and if you want, you can check it out by clicking the link in the description below. It says, Google is slowly but steadily opening its Stadia cloud gaming service to more interested customers with a new promotion starting this month that offers 3 months of its Stadia Pro subscription to owners of Chromecast Ultra devices. It is not required that you buy a new device, rather you just have to opt to receive promotional emails from Google, and the company is sending out the offer to known Chromecast Ultra owning customers. Google confirmed to The Verge that this is the first promotion of its kind for Stadia, and it works like the platform's Buddy Pass system. It's not clear if it's restricted to a certain country, but Stadia is available in 14 countries and regions around the globe right now. To be clear, Stadia Pro is the only version of Google's cloud service that is currently available. There will be a standard tier without the 4K streaming, and it will be free, but the company has yet to launch it. As it stands, the only way to play Stadia inside a Chrome browser is on a supported Android device, as with the Chromecast Ultra connected to a TV. If they were actually planning to make a version without the 4K streaming and make it free, and maybe release the 4K version later on as like a premium, I don't know, maybe they could have done that, you know, maybe they could have been like, oh hey, here's like the free service, yeah, you gotta buy the games, but hey, at least you can stream them at a 1080p and all that stuff. But if you want a 4K version, oh, you can pay a little bit of a premium. Google can pretty much, climb on a soapbox and sing to the high heavens as much as they want about this being a promotion and all that stuff to like incentivize people to play. Yeah, we all know that this is pretty much them begging for people to actually like use the service, because in all honesty, it really doesn't have any sort of pros and all that. Especially when you compare it to Nvidia's game streaming service, on which you don't even have to buy the games. You can just load games from your library onto the service, but over here in Google Stadia, you have like a game and you cannot play that particular game at like a higher settings with decent frame rate and all that stuff. Oh, you want to play it over here on the streaming service? Well, guess what, bucko? You gotta buy the whole thing again. And below that, we actually have an embedded tweet from a Twitter user called Lucarian Storm, who actually posted a picture showing how this whole thing looks like. It says, get 3 months of Stadia Pro on us. Love streaming movies and music? Now start streaming games. Here's a Stadia Pro pass to play free AAA games with Stadia. Redeem your code to get started. It continues with, right now Stadia Pro costs $10 a month. Prior to this promotion, the only way to access the service at all has been through a Buddy Pass system given through an existing subscriber or by purchasing the $129 Premier Edition. This bundle comes with a Stadia Pro 3-month pass, Google's custom Stadia controller, and a Chromecast Ultra. But Google may now be interested in getting more users onto the platform. In December, the company gave Stadia Pro users an extra Buddy Pass to give out. The company also just announced the opening of a new internal game studio in Playa Vista, California, led by the former head of God of War creator Santa Monica Studio, that will be dedicated in developing Stadia exclusives. Oh yes, more exclusivity, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Another anti-consumer feature, yeah, how about that, yeah. Looks like they're pretty much going the console route, but with PC, oh boy. So you pretty much don't even have to be a new user, you just gotta have this whole Chromecast thing, and just enable promotional emails. But yeah, honestly, all of this stuff that Google is doing right now, they should have done this at the very start. First off, they should have completely done away with those idiotic commercials. Like, they should have just taken one look at it and been like, oh my god, this is garbage. Secondly, they should have released this free non-4K version before this whole shebang started. And thirdly, when they actually announced the 4K version after they released the free version, then they could have done like a promotion that's like, oh my god, well, here's like a small window when we're really giving out promotion codes for the 3-month subscription for the premium 4K bullshit and all that. But no, they completely did it ass backwards, and now they are suffering the consequences of it. Oh yeah, and they also should have offered a lot more incentives for developers to to work on Stadia and all that. Can't forget about the devs, obviously. But yeah, those are some of the controversies that Stadia has been in, and in all honesty, whenever Google tries to do something, they are pretty much always in hot water. Like, we've had the whole Google Glass thing when that was like a huge failure and all that. Then we had the whole Google screwing up YouTube's algorithm, among other things, and now we got this. So yeah, it really is funny. It looks like Google is pretty much the first company that jumps into stuff and they screw it up, and they're basically just serving as an example for other companies to do much better, which is basically what happened with Nvidia. They are pretty much doing the exact opposite of what Google is doing right now, and they are definitely making good for themselves because of it. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. That's been the news for today. Be sure to subscribe, press the bell icon, and if you wish to support me in a way, page, link is in the description below. And as always, I'm Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.